One of the most iconic toys from the 1950s started as a wallpaper cleaner. Another began as parts for a real vegetable. Surprising, right? We're about to take you through 12 Christmas toys from the 50s that changed playtime forever. These toys aren't just playthings. They're pieces of American history that shaped childhoods for generations. Get ready to discover the fascinating origins and impact of these beloved toys. Before we move forward, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 12. Mr. Potato Head. Enter Mr. Potato Head, a brilliantly simple concept. Kids could stick plastic pieces into real potatoes, creating endless, silly faces and personalities. This potato-based plaything quickly became a hit, but its impact went far beyond fun. Mr. Potato Head made history as the first toy ever advertised directly to children on TV. Suddenly, kids weren't just playing with toys, they were asking for them by name. The success of this plastic potato planted the seeds for a whole new world of character-based toy lines. Its influence on the toy industry was huge, setting the stage for how toys would be marketed and sold for generations to come. Number 11. Barbie. In 1959, Barbie strutted onto the scene, unlike any doll before her. This wasn't a baby to cuddle or a character to mother. Barbie was a career woman with a wardrobe that would make any fashionista green with envy. She represented something entirely new: adult aspirations for girls. Ruth Handler, Mattel's co-founder, had a vision. "I wanted to create a doll that would show girls they could be anything they wanted to be," she said. From nurse to teacher to fashion model, Barbie took on roles that reflected and challenged the traditional expectations of women in the 1950s. Barbie's journey wasn't all smooth sailing. Critics raised concerns about unrealistic beauty standards, but despite the controversy, Barbie evolved. She became a platform for representation, introducing dolls with different body types, skin tones, and careers. Who knew an 11-inch plastic figure could have such an impact on playtime and culture? Number 10. Silly Putty. It all started in 1943 when scientists were searching for a rubber substitute to aid the war effort. Instead of a military breakthrough, they ended up with a stretchy, bouncy mess. This gooey substance seemed utterly useless at first glance. But in 1950, someone had a flash of inspiration. They rebranded this lab reject as a toy, and Silly Putty bounced its way into our hearts. Kids couldn't get enough of this strange substance that stretched, bounced, and even copied comics from the funny pages. Silly Putty's success proved that with a little imagination, even the most bizarre inventions could become playtime favorites. Who would have thought that a failed experiment would end up under millions of Christmas trees? Sometimes, the best toys really do come from the most unexpected places. Number 9. Play-Doh. Play-Doh started its life as a wallpaper cleaner in the 1950s. Koodle Products, the company behind it, was facing tough times as their product became obsolete. But sometimes, inspiration strikes from unexpected places. A nursery school teacher suggested using the cleaner as a modeling compound for kids. And just like that, Play-Doh was born. The appeal was instant. That unique smell, you know the one, the soft texture, and the endless possibilities captured kids' imaginations. They could squish, mold, and shape to their heart's content. Play-Doh quickly became more than just a toy. It turned into a valuable tool for early childhood development, helping little hands build fine motor skills while having fun. From cleaning walls to sparking creativity, Play-Doh's story shows how thinking differently can lead to amazing results. Who knew a simple cleaning product would become a childhood favorite for generations? Number 8. Tonka trucks. Back then, many toys were delicate. These teachers wanted something different. They founded Mound Metalcraft and started making trucks from real steel. These weren't your average toys. They were miniature versions of actual vehicles, built to last. Kids could now play with scaled-down construction trucks and fire engines that looked just like the ones they saw on the streets. Tonka trucks reflected America's post-war industrial boom. As the nation's factories roared back to life, these steel toys became symbols of American strength and ingenuity. They were so well made that many families passed them down through generations. Tonka's durability created lasting memories for kids and adults alike. Number 7. Slinky. It all started in 1943 when naval engineer Richard James accidentally knocked some springs off a shelf. Instead of just falling, they walked down in a mesmerizing motion. James knew he was onto something special. Soon, the Slinky was born, delighting people everywhere with its simple yet magical movements. The secret behind the Slinky's famous walk downstairs? It's all about physics. When you place a Slinky at the edge of a step, gravity pulls the top coils down, creating a wave-like motion that allows it to descend step by step. The Slinky didn't just win over staircases, it conquered American pop culture too. Remember that catchy jingle? It's Slinky, for fun, it's a wonderful toy. The tune became as iconic as the toy itself, cementing the Slinky's place in our collective memory. From its humble beginnings to becoming a household name, the Slinky proved that the simplest ideas often have the most lasting impact. While this spring brought motion to playtime, our next toy was about to open up a whole new world of visual wonder. Number 6. ViewMaster. Back in 1939, the ViewMaster started as a way to view stereoscopic images for education. It was like the PowerPoint of its day, showing off travel destinations and scenic views. But then, something unexpected happened. Kids discovered it. By the 1950s, ViewMaster reels were flying off shelves faster than you could blink. What made it so special? Those simple cardboard discs held 7 pairs of tiny color photographs. When you click that lever, boom! Suddenly, the Grand Canyon or the Eiffel Tower was right there in your hands. As ViewMaster's popularity grew, so did its content. Soon, those reels weren't just showing far-off places. Cartoon characters, movie scenes, and fantastical worlds all found their way into that little plastic viewer. It was like having a miniature movie theater you could carry around. The ViewMaster did more than just entertain. It showed us how a change in perspective could take us anywhere, even to places that didn't exist. It sparked our imaginations and made us hungry for new experiences. While the ViewMaster fed our eyes with wonders, another toy was about to tickle our taste buds in a whole new way. Number 5. Easy Bake Oven. In the 1950s, a toy revolution was warming up, literally. The idea of kids actually cooking seemed dangerous at first. But then, a stroke of genius changed everything. Inventors discovered that the heat from an ordinary light bulb could safely bake tiny treats. Just like that, the Easy Bake Oven was born. This miniature marvel became a cultural phenomenon. Marketed primarily to girls, it challenged the idea that playtime in the kitchen was just about pretending. Now, kids could create real edible goodies. The Easy Bake Oven became a staple under Christmas trees, inspiring a generation of young bakers and even future chefs. It wasn't just a toy. It was the start of countless culinary adventures. From sweet success in the kitchen, our toy tour is about to take aim at a whole new kind of adventure. Number 4. Red Ryder BB Gun. Comic strips and radio shows featuring the cowboy hero Red Ryder fueled kids' imaginations, making the BB gun a must-have item. It was a ticket to living out the frontier dreams that captivated 1950s America. The allure of the Red Ryder went beyond just being a toy. It represented a piece of the Wild West right in your backyard. As time went on, attitudes shifted. What was once an accepted part of growing up became a topic of debate. The Red Ryder BB gun sparked conversations about childhood, safety, and the changing nature of play in America. It became a touchstone for broader discussions about how we view childhood and risk. While some kids dreamed of conquering the frontier with their trusty BB gun, others were setting their sights on a very different kind of adventure. Our next toy traded cowboy hats for coonskin caps and the Wild West for a whole new kind of wilderness. Number 3. Davy Crockett hats. In 1954, Disney's Davy Crockett series hit TV screens, and America went wild. Kids wanted to be Davy Crockett. The coonskin cap became the must-have accessory of the year. At the height of the craze, a staggering 5 million caps were sold, raising concerns about raccoon populations and conservation efforts. The Davy Crockett phenomenon spread beyond hats. It sparked a broader cultural fascination with pioneer themes. Suddenly, everything from lunchboxes to bedroom wallpaper featured the grinning face of America's favorite backwoodsman. This fad had unexpected consequences. Pet stores reported people buying raccoons as pets, only to abandon them when they realized wild animals don't make great house guests. The Davy Crockett craze showed just how powerful television had become in shaping what kids wanted. It paved the way for future TV and toy tie-ins, forever changing how companies marketed to children. This cultural phenomenon left a lasting impact on both entertainment and wildlife conservation efforts in America. Number 2. Hula hoop. Picture this. It's 1958, and suddenly everyone from kids to grandparents is twirling their hips. What caused this nationwide outbreak of spinning? The story behind this circular sensation shows how the simplest ideas can have a huge impact. The hula hoop's rise to fame wasn't instant. When Wham-O first introduced the plastic rings, sales were slow, but then something clicked. Maybe it was the challenge of keeping the hoop spinning, or the joy of mastering a new skill. Whatever the spark, the hula hoop quickly became a hit. The science behind hula hooping is pretty cool. It's all about physics. The hoop stays up thanks to rotational inertia and your body's small adjustments. No wonder it felt so satisfying to keep that hoop going. But the hula hoop did more than make America's waistlines wiggle. It crossed cultural boundaries with ease. From playgrounds in Paris to parks in Tokyo, people everywhere were spinning hoops, sharing laughter, and competing with friends. Who knew a simple plastic ring could bring so much joy to so many? Number 1. Tinker Toys. In post-war classrooms, teachers discovered these humble pieces could teach complex concepts. Kids learned about engineering and physics while they played, often without realizing it. Many budding architects and engineers credit Tinker Toys with inspiring their careers, showing how simple tools can spark big dreams. As the toy landscape changed, Tinker Toys adapted. New sets incorporated fresh ideas while keeping that classic wooden charm. In a world of fleeting fads, Tinker Toys proved that timeless creativity never goes out of style. These simple sticks and spools continue to captivate imaginations and build future innovators, reminding us that sometimes the most powerful educational tools are also the most unassuming.